Will the church go through the tribulation? Part 4. Hi! How are you? I'm good so far. Are you ready for deeper Bible studies? Great! This is really exciting. Okay. Remember last week, I said that I will give you an example about a will regarding to the 7-sealed scroll that will help you understand more clearly about the 7-sealed scroll. Right? Okay. Now, here's the question for you. Now, I showed you that before. The question is, why 7 seals with 7 seals? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why? First, let me explain about the will by using Rev Perry Stone explanation, okay? Now, 7 Seal book is interesting because Rev Perry Stone went to Israel, to that Israeli museum, and he saw something that thrilled him. In this glass case showing, you see something inside the glass case that we can't touch. And thus what he saw was, though, an actual will that has been made in Roman times that has originally has 7 leather straps, just like that. Leather straps around it. See the dark lines? That's the leather straps around it. Alright? Okay. On it with 7 seals. The will was already been broken open, but the seal has been discovered in the excavation. They dig and found this and dug to reach there. They found this. Okay. Now, if you have been a rich man because like Caesar Augustus has already had 7 seals on it. So a 7-sealed book was not weird, no, when John wrote about it, of Jesus, of having a 7-sealed book in heaven. And that's Revelation chapter 5, verse 1. Okay? When you go visit the historical museum and you see things that display in each room inside the building for all people to enjoy learning about something from reading historical backgrounds in other people's lives from long time ago, right? For example, U.S. Warship Museum at Wilmington, North Carolina. They have that. You want to go there and learn about a ship? It's the same idea with Israeli Museum. It's the same idea, okay? Are you with me so far about this Israeli Museum? Great. Okay. However, if you were to be a rich man and you were to have a will signed and you wanted to roll it up, just like this picture, already rolled up, okay, and saving for the day you die to be open. Everybody has a signet ring. Now, this is a beautiful Star of David on that. Just imagine a picture, okay? Beautiful Star of David on it. Imagine that, and what you would do is you would put the tie that you would get your 7 family members, 7 friends, 7 people that were witnesses. Okay? You have to have 7 witnesses. You tie it with leather strap. You put wax on it. Then the ring is imprinted. It's the same as I showed the picture. Okay? And you hit it, and 7 different people did that. Okay? Now, here's the catch. When that person dies, and that the will has to be open, if this was a will of a rich, wealthy person, you have to have 7 witnesses, or if they have passed on, their son that had the ring, from the family, how many do they know, even though the prodigal son got the father's ring? You know the story about the prodigal son. Let's read Luke chapter 15, verse 22. New Living Translation is easy to understand, okay? But his father said to the servant, "Quickly, bring the finest robe in the house and put on him. Get the ring for his finger and sandals for his feet." Okay? Do you see that in this verse? The father said, get the ring for his finger. Every father has one handed down. Handed down. You have to have the present you have to be there. And when you match that first seal, all right, the first seal, it was broken. You match the second seal, it was broken. And when you break all seven, okay? All seven of them to read the will of a very wealthy person, okay? Now, I'm going to read to you what Red Perry Stone said about this. This is the first point regarding to the 7 witnesses. Okay? That's why there are 7 churches in Revelation, and not 8, not 10, or 12. That's why there are 7 who? Pastors in the book of Revelation. Not 8, 10, or 12. No, and I'm emphasizing that. Perry Stones emphasizes that. Okay? Because every pastor must be present as a witness when that will is broken, because Jesus has addressed the entire book to 7 churches. Chapter 1, verse 11. Let's read this. Revelation chapter 1, verse 11. New Living Translation. It says, write in a book everything you see and send it to the 7 churches in the cities of Ephesus, Smyrna, Pergamum, Thyatira, Sardis, Philadelphia, and Laodicea. That's 7. Okay? So, the entire book, you get it? What he said, the entire book is addressed to the 7 churches. So, that pastor has to be there when the first one broken, the second one broken, the third one broken, the fourth one is broken. It has to be there in heaven. Okay? Now, stop right there. If the pastors of those 7 churches that have been dead long time ago have to be present in heaven at the breaking of the will, he will let you guess when the dead in Christ has risen. Not in Revelation chapter 19, no, not in Matthew chapter 24, that the dead in Christ has risen. And when John said, and I heard a voice like the trumpet saying, come up hither. Revelation chapter 1, verse 10. And immediately I was there in the throne room of God and in the Spirit that day. So that's when it takes place. Hit. The words come up hither. Do you know what that means? Let's read Revelation chapter 4, verse 1. Okay? Revelation chapter 4, verse 1. New King James Version. After this thing I looked, and behold, a door standing open in heaven. And the first voice which I heard was like a trumpet speaking with me, saying, come up. Okay, New King James Version says, come up here, and I will show you these things which must take place after this. Do you see here in these New King James Version translation the word come up here? That's the same word come up hither. Means the same thing as come up here. You got that? Okay, if that's not enough proof for you, I will show you more proof in part 5 next week, okay? To be continued. Have a wonderful Memorial Weekend. See you next time. Bye.